The Lost Ring. When he was seeing people and patients as a counselor and spiritual teacher, he would visit a woman twice a week whose body was riddled with cancer. She was a school teacher in her mid-40s and had been given no more than a few months to live by her doctors. Sometimes a few words were spoken during those visits, but mostly we would sit together in silence. And as we did, she had her first glimpses of the stillness within herself that she never knew existed during her busy life as a school teacher. One day, however, he arrived to find her in a state of great distress and anger. What happened? He asked. Her diamond ring, of great monetary value, had disappeared, and she said she was sure it had to be stolen by the woman who came to look after her for a few hours every day. She said she didn't understand how anyone could be so callous and heartless as to do this to her. She asked me whether she could confront the woman or whether it would be better to call the police. I said I couldn't tell her what to do, but asked her to find out how important a ring or anything else at this point was in her life. You don't understand, she said. This was my grandmother's ring. I used to wear it every day until I got ill and my hands became too swollen. It's more than just a ring to me. How can I not be upset? The quickness of her response and the anger and defensiveness in her voice were indications that she had not yet become present enough to look within and disentangle her reaction from the event and observe them both. Her anger and defensiveness were signs that the ego was still speaking through her. He said, I am going to ask you a few questions, but instead of answering them now, see if you can find the answers within you. I will pause briefly after each question. When the answer comes, it may not necessarily come in the form of words. She said she was ready to listen. He asked, do you realize that you will have to let go of the ring at some point? Perhaps quite soon? How much more time do you need before you will be ready to let go of it? Will you become less when you let go of it? Has who you are become diminished by the loss? There were a few moments of silence after the last question. When we started speaking again, there was a smile on her face, and she seemed at peace. The last question made me realize something important, she said. First, I went into my mind for the answer, and my mind said, yes, of course you have been diminished. Then I asked myself the question again. Has who I am become diminished? This time I really tried to feel rather than think the answer. And suddenly I feel my I amness. I have never before felt that. And if I feel the I am so strongly, then who I am hasn't been diminished at all. I can still feel it now, something peaceful but very alive. That's the joy of being, he said. You can only feel it when you get out of your head. Being must be felt. It can't be thought. The ego doesn't know about it, because thought is what it consists of. The ring was really in your head as a thought that confused you with the sense of I am. You thought the I am, or a part of it, was in the ring. Whatever the ego seeks and gets attached to are substitutes for the being that it cannot feel. You can value and care for things, but whenever you get attached to them, you will know it's the ego. And you are really never attached to a thing, but the thought that has I, me, or mine in it. Whenever you completely accept a loss, you go beyond ego, and who you are, the I am, which is consciousness itself, emerges. Namaste.